Good afternoon, everybody, from the Royal Academy of Art in The Hague. Welcome wherever you are. This is the graduation ceremony of the MA Artistic Research, and my name is Janice McNab. I'm the head of department. I'd like to welcome our first three graduates this afternoon, Alexandra, Adela and Alkeos, and I'd like to ask Adela to come first to forward, and I will say a few words about how well you have done over the last 2 years. First of all, I would like to commend you on your 2 years of dedicated study. You came to us as a graphic designer with a clear idea of what interested you artistically, but the work you've put into realizing this as actual practice has been truly impressive. You're interested in the politics of the production of voice, who gets to make meaning and how. With your short film Harpy, you take this back to a visually remarkable organic level, and as an internal camera records the image of a woman's voice box. All your works, however, and it is a rich oeuvre, are notable for the constancy of your feminist intervention into a well-researched and specific historic moment. And this is perhaps clearest to see in your thesis. Your critical entanglement of the climate crisis with feminist thought and your interrogation of a contemporary understanding of magic, really lovely, as a way to understand art's possible role in producing new visions for the future is a deeply impressive scholarly work. I also want, however, to note your generosity as a student. Always being present at group classes and working hard on the group publications that we've produced in the department, the key words of year 1 and the year 2 publication made with Delphine Bittel. Adela, well done. Thank you. Please go back. And now Alkeos, please come forward to join our lovely camera moment. Alkeos, it's been a real pleasure working with you. The hard work and integrity that you bring to your artistic practice is an example for everyone around you. The commitment you have to your community is a political goal that we clearly see in your work, but that I also found reflected in your daily interactions with your fellow students. You were always there to offer focused feedback at group crits and at other events. Your film Paved Paradise is beautiful. You have conceived of it as an act of reparation for the damage caused by the politics of ammonia where you grew up, the part of Athens where you grew up. Using a song reference like this as a title tells us much about your approach, the way an artistic project can bind difficult, violent subject matter into an aesthetic holder that allows us to think about events and work them through. You said that you see the work as an attempt at reparation for this violence towards the queer community of ammonia, but also the only slightly more submerged violence towards its migrant community. Reparation is an admirably mature approach to what art might be able to do. And art about the migrant journey is especially something that people need to see right now. So I commend you and wish you every success in what I know will be a great future as an artist and a filmmaker. Alkeos, well done. Thank you. Alexandra. Alexandra, well done. It has been a pleasure watching you unfold your interest in language and the land. No, sorry. You have been a hard-working and committed student over the last 2 years, Alexandra, focusing on the difficult questions about drawing that your work has opened up for you. This has often been a frustrating process, but in the end, you have uncovered a sort of experimental openness with 3D installations of drawn elements that has really been a new opening for you. The non-human drawing of time and natural conditions, including animal life, on your delicate materials has framed a way forward for your work, and one that I hope will really unfold in the coming years. And I look forward to seeing it. I also, however, really want to thank you for being the Year 2 representative for most of this year. It was a big task to take on, and you handled the role and supported your peers with responsibility and with integrity. Also, when there were difficult communications to share with everybody in the group. And I think you did this with real maturity, so I want to commend you for that as well. Well done. Thank you. And those are our first 3 graduates, and I would like to invite you all to now come over one by one to sign the diploma that you will receive. Adela, please come first. Yay. Alexandra? No, sorry. Okay. God. Not quite on this. And Alexandra. Well done, everybody. This concludes the first section of our MA Artistic Research graduation. I would like to invite everybody to now leave the graduation room and go towards the photographer who is waiting for you in the next room. Thank you, guys. Please go this way. Good afternoon and welcome back to the Royal Academy of Art. This is the graduation ceremony of the MA Artistic Research, and I would like to start with our next 3 graduates. Anne-Marie, would you like to please come forward? And I'll just say a few words about what happened over the last 2 years. Anne-Marie, I want to congratulate you on the focus you've brought to your study over the last 2 years. It has sometimes been a really difficult journey for you, but thinking back to your interview and to where you are now with your work, there is a truly impressive concentration on a core subject that you struggled even to define at the start of your studies. And this has now found its clearest articulation in your thesis, and I commend you for this work. It is really a beautiful piece of art historical research and reasoned analysis. It's really very good. It clearly lays out the political imperative for women artists to also be researchers of women's art practices in history, of their own art historical antecedents, a legacy that canonical art history has simply failed to register. Your artistic practice currently functions as a beautiful pendant to this research, enacting the values of collectivity and language sharing that you write about. And I hope that in the coming years, this research period will allow you to really grow this artistic research, this artistic trajectory, and to create your own community of shared artistic voices, writing your own histories of what is happening in your own artistic worlds. And I really look forward to seeing it. Thank you, Anne-Marie. Biba, would you like to come forward? Biba, thank you. There is real joy at the heart of your work, Biba. A sort of joy in being alive that seems to be your artistic guide as it takes you on a rich, fine art journey of feminine stereotyping. The Pulp of the Sea is the latest version of your ongoing research, one that takes in the hysteria of fragmentation, multiplicity and fluidity, often stereotypes of femininity, and angrily but beautifully takes ownership of this territory as really defining a permeable but definitely singular whole. Your work has always managed to maintain this just thrown together lightness with this difficult subject matter, but I would see you every day in the studio, and the labour of lightness, all the work that you put in, has given your work its solid core. We now see arte povera become feminised, the abject become sexy, and radicality placed in visual poems that now also include your musically trained past, your trumpet voice. I so look forward to seeing your final cut in September. Well done, Biba. Daniel, would you please come forward? Thank you. Daniel, welcome. It's been wonderful to watch your artistic language grow over the last 2 years. From your early attempts to literally grow a garden in the studio space, a project that faltered a little with our low northern light levels, to what you have finally achieved with your thesis and your graduation video work. You've been looking for a visual language that would allow you to propose new images for Latino masculinity. And the new Latino identities that you present come to us as a sort of popular open source set of repeating representations. It's an interesting non-narrative presentation that suggests a vocabulary is the message, an image set that might be useful for a new audience in need of a new language of self-presentation. Well done in making your journey towards this, and I wish you every success in taking this work to the next stage. Thank you, Daniel. And now we would like to ask you each one at a time to come and sign your degree. Anne-Marie. Yeah. And now Biba, please. I know. And Daniel. Well done. And now I would like to ask all of you to leave via this exit to the next room where you will get your photo taken. Congratulations. Welcome to the graduation ceremony of the MA Artistic Research. My name is Janice McNab, and I would like to begin with welcoming Davida first. If you would just come stand forward, thank you very much, Davida. I would like to commend the integrity of your research into a very difficult area of sexuality, a self-hating relationship with viewing and responding to pornography. As your research progressed, your relationship with the image itself became harder for you to maintain, and the competent filmmaker that entered this program has become a writer of quite painful honesty as you moved into writing autofiction as a medium and process that would allow you to register your artistic goals. With this, you've come to an associative statement that relates pornographic representation of loving sexuality as a space stripped of both feeling and meaning. And you've associated this with the representation of the world through art, representation, as a cultural space that is fundamentally, perhaps, an expression of the failure of love. I've been quite taken aback by the way you've reasoned this, and the mirroring that you managed to achieve in this writing between the black Wunderkammer of the internet and the historic idea of the artistic Wunderkammer as a privileged place of wonderful treasure. I look forward to reading the printed physical book, and I sincerely hope to see it published one day. Well done, Davida. Thank you. And now I would like to welcome Jehoon to come forward. Jehoon, everyone, welcome. Jehoon, your work over the last 2 years has been a consistent development of your core interest in how an object can be a container of ideologies. I hope I summarize correctly if I say that this has broadly been a visualization of how consumerist culture has taken over the rituals that embody religious practices and beliefs, and then turned this embodying quality that we know from religion through our relationship to objects to achieve actions in the individual that do not help us to live. The metaphors you've found for this have been continually surprising, and your three-dimensional visualizations are beautifully rendered. You've produced mature and convincing articulations of the terrible bind of life in consumer culture, and I really commend you for it. Your use of culturally specific objects within pointedly generic space also creates different sorts of access for different viewers of your work. But the poetry of what you do is available to all. It's been a pleasure to watch as this work has grown in complexity, and your thesis offers great insight into your thinking around this. I also want to commend your contribution to the work of the group over the last 2 years, especially in exhibition projects where you've really helped with all of your sculpture making skills to help realize things. Well done. And finally, I would like to invite Rebecca to come forward. Rebecca, hi. Rebecca, it's been a pleasure watching you unfold your interest in language and the land, an interest in the material present, the past it contains, and the politics that guide how we entangle ourselves with this. Your focus on narrative became more precisely located in storytelling as your 2 years progressed, and your thesis nicely articulates this, placing art only at the end of a list of your concerns that focuses first on reading, writing, the journey, walking, and sharing. This list might be the guide that tells us something of your future interests, but whatever they are, I am sure they will be precise, located, and beautifully incisive. I also want to mention that the language support that you as a first language English speaker gave to some of your fellow students over the last 2 years, helping them with editing their work. It was generous and kind, and it's a tribute to you. You also embraced the collaborative publication projects that are so important to the work of the department, especially what you did with Tice on the keyword publications. This was a lot, and we all want to thank you for it. Well done. And now I would like to invite you one at a time to come and sign your diplomas. We'll start with Davida. Would you like to join Floris and sign your diploma, please? Take it with you? Yeah. Jehoon. Congratulations. And Rebecca. Congratulations. That concludes the MA Artistic Research degree ceremony. I would now like to invite the three of you to leave through this exit and go to the photographer, who will take a nice photo all together. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye to you all.